What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Predictions in the building. I will be recapping UFC Fight Night or UFC Fight Island 6. I did really good on this card. Besides like the main event, I I got what was it? Yeah, I got I went for 9 for 11 on this card. So I did pretty decent. Only got two wrong. I guess y'all can guess what I got wrong. But what do we start off with this card? We started off with man. It said Nurmagomedov, right? Nurmagomedov. I think Gurmade or something. It's a little different. But versus Mark Striegel. No, it's Saeed, right? Saeed. Man, I was so shocked by this performance. Even though I picked Saeed, I did. Mark. I think all the betting guys were looking at Mark as, a really legitimate underdog. And even if you look at his tape, man, really good at the grappling, really good. I mean, he gets a lot of submissions and stuff like that. And the way Saeed dealt with him, like the way he threw that hook, like he threw it like this, like not even like slower, like that, right? And it wasn't even like a good like real hook where it's like, bah. It was more like it was like a glancing away, kind of like back up, lead hook, and he just touched his chin, and then he just put some vicious ground and pound and murdered him. So good on Saeed. And then Matt Grisham came in through. I predicted second round KO. He got it done. And Tigilov he was just there to get hit. Was there to get hit. So good shit, Maximum Grisham. Next, a fight, Jamie Malarkey versus Faris Zaim. Faris did me a big favor and got the W. I know some people are complaining about, it was a robbery and this and that, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch all this fight. I was actually doing some chores and stuff like that, and I think I took a shower too, so I didn't get to really watch this fight, but I don't know. I'm not gonna actually speak on it. I just know my guy won. If y'all felt like, I think Jamie got takedowns, and I seen people talk about, it doesn't matter if you get takedowns if you don't do anything with the takedowns, it won't count and stuff like that. Or if you don't put in like significant strikes, you're not putting in work, it just won't count. And for me, as a wrestler, y'all know I'm a wrestler, and I did folk style wrestling, the wrestling they do in America. We get, if you take someone down, you get 2 points. In freestyle wrestling, that's especially a big thing about just getting the person down. Not in terms of control. Folk style is more about control, I would say, and that's why you see more folk style wrestlers are more successful in MMA than freestyles. And I don't know where I fall because I do feel bad for the guys that do get takedowns. Like Yoel got a takedown on Izzy. I don't care. His butt hit the fucking ground. All right, that's 2 points. But apparently in MMA, it's not. If you don't got a certain amount of control, or if you don't have enough significant strikes to the head or to the body or on the ground, it doesn't count. And that's wrong. I truly believe that. But I understand if it's the rules, it's the rules, and you can't do anything. You gotta live with it, right? So I'm not gonna complain, but I just truly believe, like, takedowns are really hard. To time a double, like, it's really hard, man. It's a lot of to me it's a 5-step move, and it's just it's a lot. I don't want to be disrespectful, but like to go for a double leg, it's a lot harder and like a taxing on the body than to really just throw a jab, So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I just didn't watch the fight, so I can't really give an opinion on it. So I gotta just shut my mouth, right? But Park Jung versus John Phillips. Park just dominated in the wrestling. John Phillips, like he did some get ups, but Park just out grappled this guy and got it done. Next fight, Jillian Robertson versus Pauliana Patello. This was kind of back and forth a little bit, but Jillian had that dominant third round. She just took over. Dean Thomas told her, "Hey man, you gotta be a bulldog in there and just fucking take over." Even the corner work for Pauliana told her, "Hey, you gotta box her and you gotta take her out." So yeah. So the first fight I actually got wrong was Gamrot versus Grom. I'm not gonna say their first or last name. I'm just gonna say that. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna trash Grom. I'm not gonna do that at all. I do feel like personally, if you see my Twitter, I honestly felt like Gamrot was gonna win this fight, right? I felt like he did win this fight. I felt like the takedowns in the first round, and then in the third round, were there, and I thought, he did a lot of good stuff. I guess you could say, oh, Gamrot didn't, all them takedowns he got, it doesn't matter. He didn't do anything with them. And again, that kind of irks me because I know how hard it is to get a takedown. I understand if you throw a kick, it's a little easier, right? And Guram was throwing a lot of kicks, right? But here's one thing I respected of Guram when he said his post fight and he said, man, this was number one bullshit. Gamrot should have won. I'm not gonna trash this guy, man. This guy's, I have a lot of respect for him. For an athlete just to admit that, like you can see it in their faces, but for them to verbally admit it, and it was a close fight. And for him to be that hard on himself and to be that honest, right? I have a lot of respect for that. In my opinion, there were no losers in this fight. There was a lot of winners. And the biggest winner was obviously the UFC and the fans. And we got two of these guys at lightweight. And I think they're going to dominate, man. I think these guys are going to get ranked. We already know about Gamrot's abilities in Poland, how accomplished he is. And then Guram, I didn't know how good this guy was. I seen some highlights, and I told you how this guy is super dangerous. I did say that in the prediction, so I don't look too stupid. Right, but I kind of just saw like a 5 minute like a knockout fight where he just hit this guy with his front kick and killed him, right? And I was like, man, this guy's dangerous. But I didn't know he was this good, man. His ability to stay in there for 3 straight rounds, his technique, his body kicks, all that. He looked really, really accomplished. And he took this fight short notice, right? So he looked really good for a guy that took it short notice. Hey man, we got a good fighter, y'all. I know. The judges are trash, and usually I'm not the guy that speaks on. I do kind of speak on it, but I try not to just try to kill them, right? Because I'm never gonna touch them, and I just honestly at this point I don't know we're ever gonna change it. But it is what it is. I think honestly, great fight from both of these guys. Really showed up. Awesome card, by the way. Let's say that awesome card. Next fight, Thomas Almeida versus Jonathan Martinez. My boy Fight Game Pro. Go check out his channel. I think I predicted second round KO. I don't know what Fight Game Pro predicted. I think he said KO too. I forget. I did watch the video, but our guy got it done. Go check out his channel, by the way. But I think I was more impressed with this performance from Jonathan Martinez, man. And he just was slick. And for me, I understand people love finishes and they think because you can finish people, you're better. No, man. I believe a guy that can win decisions throughout his whole entire career is a guy you want in those 4th and 5th rounds. That's a guy you can trust because, he's done 15-minute fights. He's felt that pressure, right? And Jonathan Martinez was just smooth in there. They're both, I feel like, Muay Thai fighters, right? But really separated this fight were their hands, right? Thomas was super, super fucking stiff. And Jonathan had a snap to his punches. You could just see it. He was so sharp in there. He had a snap. He had a snapping jab. He had a beautiful 1-2, a beautiful 1-2 hook. Like, he was great in there. I thought everything he did in there was awesome performance. And he's a legitimate guy you got to see in those goddamn rankings. I really do think he's going to, obviously this was in featherweight, but at bantamweight, he's going to be a problem. Next fight, Claudio Silva versus James Krause. Claudio Silva, I wish they wouldn't have told the world that he beat Leon Edwards, and then he performs like this. I think Claudio is he's a good fighter on the ground, but James Krause just danced all over him and had fun with him, and just did his thing. And good on Claudio. He tried to fight, so can't be too mad at him. But good on him. But next up, Jim fucking Crute versus the Modestos Bukauskas, man. Or Jimmy Crute, or whatever you want to be called. This kid's a problem, man. I remember a lot of people were saying, oh, he's a lightweight, he's a light heavyweight contender, man, future champ. And I just didn't see it. He looks a lot, I just felt like his moveset was super basic. I just was like, and then I remember I picked Misha Serkinov to beat him, and I was kind of super happy about it. But he's a problem, man. Modestas Bukauskas was another guy that was a prospect that people were looking at. He looked like a really good kickboxer at light heavyweight, maybe like kind of Alexander Rakic-ish. But dude, Jimmy Crute went out there and just fucking steamrolled this kid. Dude, that was so violent. The way, like, that 3-second span of, like, I think Aljamain said it best, of flash KOs were insane. Jimmy Crute fucking ran this man over. But good on Jimmy Crute. But next up, y'all already know me. My girl Jessica Andrade got it done, baby. Caitlin Chukagian, #1 flyweight in the world. Who cares? You know, y'all. I got the vodka out for my girl Caitlin Chukagian. Y'all know me. I've always been a Jessica Andrade fan. You can look at some of my older videos. 251, I picked Jessica Andrade to beat Rose. I thought she performed beautifully. She did lose. I did. This is not on my YouTube, but I picked her to beat Rose the first time. She's just this like everyone says, oh, she looks like a boy in there. I love this girl. She's a killer, man. She uses that goddamn pile driver and kills girls. She even did it to Caitlin Chukagian. So this one's for her. I was super, super happy. You know, gotta mix it in with the Pepsi though. Yeah, what y'all know about that, baby boy? What y'all know about that? What y'all know? What y'all know? Whew. Let me put that in. Ooh, get this done for her. I say that one was for Jessica. Damn. But next up to the main event, the second fight I got wrong, man. Brian Ortega versus Korean Zombie. I knew I shouldn't have opened my mouth, y'all. I should have shut my mouth. I was talking so much shit. Through this whole entire week about Ortega. I made that fucking breakdown saying, oh, Ortega's a slow starter. He's gonna get probably knocked out. Zombie's too good for him. Ortega needs like a Hail Mary to beat him. But dude, this guy looked y'all know me. I'm not the greatest Ortega fan in the world, but he looked amazing. Let me give a guy in my comments a shout out actually that just said it straight up and told me everything that basically kind of what led to this. Where is he at? Gabriel Landrum. He's in. Yeah, he was like. He broke it down. He talked about the Muay Thai fighters, the Muay Thai coaches he got now. His Muay Thai looked great. He talked about how he went away from his boxing coach. How do I go down? But yeah, he just looked amazing in there, man. And Gabriel told me straight. Even Gabriel was up in my comments. I remember when I was doing my breaking news video about Ortega versus Zombie, and he was telling me like Ortega's gonna get this done. The hype train ain't over. So to Ortega fans and to Gabriel, bow my head down. Y'all won today. I'm kind of happy. I got a good thing, you know. But I like winning main events, y'all. I'm sorry about that if I didn't get this right. My Khabib. Actually, let me just keep talking about it. Let me talk more about the main event. I think Ortega just looked so good, but Zombie had a really low output. I always thought Zombie's conditioning wasn't. I know a lot of people question. I'm like, Zombie has great conditioning skills, man. I think you look at his fight against Dustin Poirier, he looked great in there. He went in there in the fourth round against Yair. But the problem with Korean Zombie, he just had such a low output, and he would throw two hooks, and he didn't double up, and he didn't throw enough output, and he just didn't. He didn't punish Ortega. And to me, here's the one thing: Ortega just proved and cemented why he was, a number one contender a while back. And why, he's a top 5 featherweight. I think that was really in question with Ortega coming into this fight. Is this guy that good? Was he just all hype? And Brandon K predicted it too, man. I remember even my boy Kendall, he was telling me like, hey, do you think like Ortega's gonna just win this? And like, cause like Zombie was the one thing that scared me about this fight was Zombie was such a favorite. Like so many people were on his dick, man, and that's sometimes that can be a bad tell if someone's like if people are really riding for you super hard, So, but yeah, I think Ortega looked amazing. Ballhead Ortega is a problem. I hate what I don't want to be a hater, man. Ortega looked good. I'm not even saying anything bad about Ortega, man. He looked amazing. Gabriel, he looked amazing. Nothing against you, my brother. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. What does Korean Zombie do? Got to go back home, look at himself in the mirror, and ask himself that question. I just don't know. I wouldn't match him up with either Yair or Zabi. He doesn't deserve that. Let's look at those rankings actually. Where is it at? Where's it at? Josh Emmett. Yeah, I have him fight Josh Emmett. That's probably the fight for him. If Josh Emmett comes back, set that up. 2 power punchers fight. I think that's the fight. And Ortega got a title shot. Hey man, does he deserve it? I don't know, but here's what I'll tell y'all. I remember in the Max Holloway fight when Ortega, he was the bigger star, and that's what was like driving me nuts. Like everyone was acting like Max wasn't even the champ, and I get it. He had all the weight cut issues. He wasn't really fighting a lot that year, so they were just going with Ortega. And I was just like, man, y'all gonna eat some, all to the Ortega fans. I was like, y'all gonna eat some humble pie, and he ended up doing it. But I know I wouldn't, even if I was the promoter, right? I might not be the biggest fan of Ortega, but I know star power. When I see star power, I do jiu-jitsu sometimes, right? I go to a gym, right? And, some of the people, that role don't really pay attention to UFC like that. They're more into flow grappling and all that. But they know Brian Ortega, and he hasn't fought for a year, and they were super hyped. They follow social media. A lot of people know Brian Ortega. If I look at my main Instagram account, and I have a lot of friends, and usually I don't like to talk about MMA with them because they don't know about it. And it's like, why would you talk about it with them? But I know a lot of them that don't know a lot about MMA follow him, so he's a superstar. I swear to God, he might have been the main selling point for UFC 231. I know that might sound super wild, but he's super popular. So they're going to do him versus Volkanovski maybe next year or something like that. That's probably the fight they want to do. So, and these are two, we didn't have any top 5 guys fight in a minute, so it's on Yair and Zabit, I'm sorry. I understand Yair's like, I beat Korean Zombie already. Dude, they don't like you in the UFC, bro. I don't know what to say to you, bro. You got to do something. It's so crazy. Even the fans don't like Yair, So it is what it is. But yeah, man. But basically UFC 254, Justin Gaethje versus Khabib breakdown, and Robert Whittaker versus Jared Cannonier breakdown, all coming out probably in the morning, 5:00, USA time or whatever. So go check that out. Go follow my Instagram. Go follow my Twitter. What else? Is that it? Yeah, that's about it. And I think Lomo and Tio's coming up, so I'll give y'all a quick. I'm probably gonna go Lomo. I like Tio, man, I really do, but I was just those countdowns, man, it kind of changed my opinion. So eBay Predictions is out. Love y'all and goodbye. Hope you guys enjoy this.